Good evening, friends. This is Dr. Anthony Raju, Advocate Supreme Court, and today I'm going to explain you a very important judgment, the observation by the Honorable Supreme Court. And before going to make this video, I would request you kindly share this video with other friends, subscribe, like, comments, and press the bell button as well. Now, what is this case all about? Supreme Court urges Center to introduce Romeo-Juliet clause in POCSO Act. What happened? The Supreme Court of India has recommended that Union government consider introducing a Romeo-Juliet clause in the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, which we call it POCSO Act. This recommendation came while hearing an appeal related to bail under POCSO, and the bench expressed concern over how the law is being applied to consensual adolescent relationship. What is the POCSO Act? POCSO is a child protection law designed to safeguard children from sexual offenses and abuse. Under the Act, a child is anyone below 18 years. This means any sexual activity involving minors is treated as an offense irrespective of consent. The problem identified by the Honorable Court, and this is something which I really wanted to explain you. The Supreme Court observed that while the law aims to protect children, it is sometimes being misused in the cases where two adolescents, both under 18, are in consensual relationship and there is only a small age gap between them, yet are being treated as a criminal perpetrator under the Act. The court noted that families or others often rely on POCSO to file cases not necessarily for protection but to settle personal disputes or exert pressure or demand money, turning law enforcement into an instrument for social control. Now, what is Romeo-Juliet clause? This is something very important to understand, my dear friends. A Romeo-Juliet clause, named after Shakespeare romantic couple, is a legal exception used in many countries to prevent consensual relationship between adolescents from being treated as a statutory rape or criminal offenses just because those involved under the age of consent. In a simple term which I'll tell you, it exempts or reduces penalty for consensual sexual activity only if both parties are minors and the age difference between them is small, maybe around 6 months or maybe 1 year, 2 years, etc., etc. And there is no exploitation of coercion's involvement. I mean, there has to be very clear that the relationship it should be a consensual. You got my point? This is how things to be understand. Why does this matter legally? Right now, the POCSO Act treats all sexual activity involving a minor below 18 as an offense, regardless of consent or the age gap. This means two 17-year-olds in a consensual relationship could face prosecutions. No consideration is currently given to the context of the relationship. A Romeo-Juliet clause would allow courts and lawmakers to differentiate between exploitative conduct. See, please understand, exploitative conduct or consensual. मतलब either the relationship made under threat or maybe by misleading, etc., etc., and age proximate relationship. In doing so, it limits the criminal justice system from intruding into personal choices of adolescents that do not involve abuse or exploitations. Supreme Court specific observation. The court highlighted that there has been repeated judicial notice of the misuse of POCSO in consensual adolescence cases, serious systematic issues such as lack of proper age determination lead to wrongful criminalization. Parliament is the right forum to introduce such a legislative exception to better align the law with real world adolescent behavior. The court directed the judgment thus be sent to the India Secretary Law Ministry to consider appropriate legislative step including the Romeo Juliet clause. What this does not change, I mean, this is something very uh, to be understand. It does not yet change the law. The Supreme Court has only suggested that Parliament consider this amendment. Until Parliament acts, POCSO continues to apply strictly based on age. And why this is important for youth and law? The debate touches on children's rights, adolescents' autonomy, criminal justice reform, protection versus over criminalization. Many legal experts argue, even me, that criminal law should not interfere where there is a no exploitation of or harm, especially between individuals close in age. Otherwise, it risks punishing normal development behavior. And I'll just summarize everything. The, the Supreme Court has flagged misuse of POCSO in consensual teen relationship. It has urged the Union government to consider a Romeo Juliet clause. The clause would protect consensual relationship between adolescents, minors, and from automatic criminalization. Parliament would need to amend the law to introduce this exception. And this is something I made it for you, and I hope that I made it this content in English so that a lot of people from the South India, they don't understand Hindi. I know that 80% of the people of this country speak Hindi, but I made this my views and commitment in English so that South Indian people can also understand what does it mean and what Supreme Court said as a Romeo Juliet clause. And this is something very important judgment. The Supreme Court has made it, and the very important observation by the Honorable Court. Myself, Dr. Anthony Raju, Advocate, Supreme Court, and if you need any help, you can call me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. My mobile number is there, everything is there, and I only request you please go through a lot of videos I made it on POCSO, and I want to save the people from this law. And those who are implicated falsely in POCSO cases, this is something very serious, and I made this video for those people only. Thank you, and thank you. God bless you. Bye.